still thinking about Jessica just getting yeeted through the window. It's just such a funny image to me. I don't know why. It's just so funny. Anyway, now...
Oh, fuck!
That sure was a scream sound effect. Anyway, yeah, now we gotta go save our ass, which like I mentioned last time, is very, very easy to do.
Oh my god.
Not the time to be standing around mucking about, Mike. We gotta run. We gotta run. Well, I should say, it was easy to save Jessica in the original game. I don't know if it'll still be easy, but basically all you have to do is just take the riskiest path forward every single time. It does require the use of quick time events, but I'm not concerned about quick time events. Also, can we give up the goddamn action Michael Bay music? This is what I really believe that they either A, fundamentally don't understand what type of game the original was, or B, they understand that it was supposed to be a horror game, and they just said, you know, we wouldn't want to make something that's too scary. We wouldn't want to do that. Who likes to be scared? You know, we want to make something that's comfortable for everyone to play. And everyone likes action, but no one likes horror. Blah, blah, blah to horror. Blah, blah. And always take the path of greatest resistance. By the way, in case you don't know what I'm referencing when I mentioned the whole, we wouldn't want our players to feel too scared. That makes them uncomfortable. I'm referring to the producer of Resident Evil Village, who said that we looked at feedback for Resident Evil 7, you know, one of the most critically acclaimed games in the series that everyone absolutely adores. And we're like, you know, Resident Evil 7 was too scary. We don't want... So we made Resident Evil Village with that in mind. We don't want people to be too scared when they play our game, because, you know, we want something that everyone can be comfortable when playing. And people aren't comfortable when they're scared. Yeah, that's the goddamn point. What do you think people are playing horror game? This whole thing is very frustrating to me. Not the best falling physics I've seen, but not the worst falling physics I've seen, I suppose. Anyway, all you gotta do to save her is just run to the end as fast as possible, take all the shortcuts, take out all the risky paths to make sure you can reach her before the Wendigo kills her. Because if you're too slow, then by the time you get here, she will already be dead.
Jessica, I'm coming! I'm coming!
Yeah, I know you're crying out in pain right now, but unfortunately I have collectibles to find. I think they're all downstairs, though. I think it's around... Not around there, maybe around here? It was somewhere around here. Again, it's... The fact that I don't see things through the same camera perspective is kind of throwing things off, but yeah, it's right around here. Give the totem. I don't think this impacts whether Jess lives or not. I think the only thing that determines whether she's still alive when you reach her is whether you take the shortcuts or not. I don't think messing around trying to find totems has any impact on it. Also, where is the... Oh, right there. There. Fortune totem. Matt gets one more scene than he otherwise would have if he died, or if he dies at a certain point in the game. See, this would be a really great time for me to have a button that allows me to move faster, since, you know, just... Oh, and right on cue, the game... Can you just have some level of faith in me to allow me to make my own decisions for how fast I move, please?
Oh, God!
What's his mouth moving there?
No! No, Jessica!
I'm not entirely... I don't know.
Jess, are you okay?
I mean, obviously not, but she's alive, so...
No.
the musical sting there was nowhere near as impactful as it was in the original game.
What the fuck?
Whenever I say, like... Oh, well, there goes that. Whenever I say, like, that wasn't as impactful, that should just be a given at this point. There should be no surprises. I don't think... Unless this game really just takes a turn at the halfway point and really starts fucking with the story, at this point, I really don't think there's anything that this game can do that can surprise me. I think I've got this game... I've got this game's number by now. The music, the camera, it's all... You can't hide anything from me anymore. And there's no reason to be quick here because we've already saved Jessica. Saved, quote unquote. But I still would like to get through this as efficiently as possible. There's no reason to take the safe routes. It just takes longer to do the same thing. The only reason you would, take the safe routes is if you're not good at quick time events. If you don't have faith in your reaction time, then that would be the only reason why you would want to take the safe route. So that you don't have to worry about it. However, I would advise against that if you're playing this game yourself, because you kind of need... There are going to be times later in the game when quick time events are mandatory in order to keep the characters alive, and you won't have a choice in the matter, so it's good to practice early. Also, I think if I shoot here, it fails. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. But it's good to take these opportunities early in the game to practice your quick time events so that you really... Oh, actually, I think this might change. I think if you take the safe route, you might have to take a roundabout route. Like, you might have to crawl through a tunnel or something to get over to this side of the mine. Whereas if you take the quick route, then you are able to slide through the door as it's closing. I think that might change, but that's a very superficial change to the game. That doesn't really have any major ramifications on the story as a whole. But yeah, I do advise taking taking the quick route if at all possible, because they allow you opportunities to practice your quick time skills for the moments later on in the game when it really matters how efficiently you were able to push those buttons. And what have we here? We have ourselves a
Safety first. Yeah. That's our motto. Mm-hmm.
To Mr. Henry Caldwell, for the attention of the Blackwood Bragg mining crew. Is that a typo in my $60 remake? You know what would be really funny is if the typo was in the sidebar thing, but not on the... Hold on. I can't tell because it's all gravelly, but I think the typo is in both. Which, I mean, I guess at least it's consistent, but, like, wow. Subsequent... Oh, and you know what's even better is that not only is it misspelled, but, like, literally 2 lines down from it, it's spelled correctly. $60. Subsequent to recent inspection, I am pleased to report that the Blackwood Bragg mine and associated facilities have exceeded all safety code requirements stipulated in Alberta provincial law. Certification forthcoming. We commend our diligent engineering and maintenance staff for ensuring the well-being of our valued employees. Spell checkers, on the other hand, not so much. Please keep up the good work and the knowledge that the company puts your safety first. Yours sincerely, Jefferson Bragg, the Blackwood Bragg Mining Company. Like, for half a second, I was actually being gaslit into thinking, wait, is it spelled that way? Because the fact that it was spelled wrong on both the paper itself and the slide bar was like, wait, is it intentional? Did I just forget how to spell the word wood? But no, it's spelled correctly twice more in the rest of this. You know what? It's fine. It's okay. Spelling is overrated. Spelling is for nerds. And nerds suck. Who likes nerds? Nope. We don't like nerds here in this household. Anyway, yeah, quick routes are good. Quick routes are good. And what I really like about the quick routes is that not only is it good for you to take the chance to practice your quick time events, but there's no if you feel like if I missed any of the buttons there, then there's no actual penalty for failure. Like, Mike will fall, like, if I miss one of the buttons, Mike would have fallen off the thing, but he wouldn't have, like, fallen into a pit of spikes or whatever, or into a Wendigo's mouth or something like that. Ooh! Another hunger totem, I think? Yeah, another hunger totem. I'm pretty sure that is just gonna be these are visions of Hannah's time down here in the mines before she became a cannibal and thus succumbed. I don't know if I made that clear in previous episodes, but that is why she became a Wendigo. She became a cannibal, and thus succumbs to the curse of the Wendigo. But yeah, there's a penalty only in the sense that you have to redo the quick time events, and Mike will fall off the rafters, but you won't actually sustain damage. You won't face any consequences. So it's a really safe. And we're in chapter 4, and they're still giving you these opportunities to safely fail quick time events. So that's one aspect of the game's design that I really, really appreciate.
Jesus, the fuck is that place?
I actually had to squint to see that. It was way clearer in the original. There was actually a building that he was looking at. I legit had to squint right there to see what the hell he was actually trying to look at. Anyway, one other thing that I forgot to mention about that scene that I really, really like is that Hannah is the Wendigo that drags Jess away. I don't think I mentioned this last time. I might have mentioned it in a couple episodes ago, but regardless, the Jess only gets taken away by Hannah after she like mentions the fact that she's gonna have sex with Mike. So it's only like she's given plenty of chances from Hannah's perspective to not do these things, because like it's essentially like a 3-strike system. So the first thing is Jess is the main person who orchestrated the prank against her in the first place. She's the one who was dating Mike, which already would be enough to earn Hannah's wrath, but still didn't actually do anything. Hannah only struck after Jess was like, hey, we're gonna have sex, so fuck off. At that point, it was too much for Hannah to handle, and she snapped and just stole Jess away in an instant. And what's really cool is that she ultimately subjects Jess to the same fate that Jess subjected Hannah to. In that, Hannah was dropped down into the mines to fend for herself, as I think we're seeing through the hunger totems, and that's the same thing that's happening to Jess. She was dropped down into the mines, and now she's gonna have to fend for herself. Which, you don't get that payoff if Jess dies. It's kind of a lamer way to look at things. But if she lives and she has to actually survive in the mines, that's like a perfect parallel to what she did to what she did to Hannah. So I really like that. I also really like that in that entire lame. By the way, this isn't the remake's fault. The original also had these kind of cheap jump scare moments. I wasn't a fan of them in the original either. But it does play into the sort of intentionally campy aspect of it. Like it's playing with the tropes of these sort of stereotypical horror movies, so I can kind of give them a pass to some extent. But yeah, in that sequence when Mike is chasing after Jessica, Mike never actually gets a good look at Hannah. Because Hannah will not let Mike see her in this new Wendigo form, because she still has that fire in her heart for him. She doesn't want Mike to see her like that. And again, this game is so goddamn selective with when the characters are allowed. They just let me move at my own pace. Don't decide. I'm a big boy. I can make my own choices for how fast I'm allowed to move. Please, I beg you. I see a shiny thing. And that shiny thing is a totem. Give me the totem. Provide me with the totem. This is so cumbersome. Just open there. Alright, now let's go back and see what's going on with, because now we're going to totally pivot. That's all I really had to say about Hannah. Oh, and one more, the other thing. I had the option to shoot Hannah there. I was trying, but I fumbled at the last second. Mike can shoot Hannah. I didn't, but he can. He can shoot Hannah. And I really like that he has the ability to do that. Because, like, he has he can leave a permanent wound. He can leave a physical, leave her with a physical permanent wound on her, emblematic of the emotional wound that she sustained as a result of the crush she has on Mike and all that that led to. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Now we're gonna totally pivot and switch away from Mike and Hannah and onto Ashley and Josh.
Chris, are you there?
Hello, and thank you all for joining me.
Josh, wake up!
Tonight,
What?
we're going to
What is
conduct
this?
a little experiment, sort of test.
What the hell's going
Now,
on?
for this experiment,
No, I don't know.
we'll need the cooperation of our 2 test subjects, Joshua and Ashley.
What?
Oh my
But
God.
we're going to need one more brave participant to help decide which subject will live and which will die.
Ah, no! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
Chris!
you
Get us
can't do
out of
this.
here.
Let me
Please.
down from here, you maniac.
Please, everyone calm down. It's all very simple. Christopher, you will find a lever placed directly in front of you. All you have to do is choose who you will save.
Get me out!
Shit, no.
Right!
Okay, this is gonna be okay. Oh crap. Dude, buddy, just think about this for a
Chris,
minute.
you can't let me die!
Just give me a second. I can't think straight.
Huh?
Okay, so what's really, really cool about this specific choice is that you make 2 different choices here with the same in the same scene. So what this is this choice is actually entirely meaningless. Whether you say I'm gonna save Josh or whether I'm gonna save Ashley, I think it might change your relationship status. Like if you say save Josh, you get a few extra points with in this screen right here. I mean, oh wow, I didn't even catch that. All the traits went up. I've not been tracking, but I do need to track these things though, because there's something that I want to point out. There's a wow, that never smile again. Never ever do that again, Chris. Please never ever smile again. That is no, Chris, stop. Chris, my man, I beg you. Can we not? Can we please not? I do want to track these things because his smile is so bad. Because there's one thing that happens later. There's a choice you can make with Ashley. Because again, Ashley is just she's a really interesting character. And a lot of it has to do with how she carries herself, how she presents herself, what she says versus what she means, what she believes versus what she does. And one of those things you can actually track with these character traits, because there's a thing that she can say that may not necessarily, something that you can make her say that doesn't necessarily align with what she truly believes. So, which shows that these characters do have agency of their own, they do have personalities of their own and beliefs of their own beyond what you tell them. So that's something that's really cool. So I want to keep that in mind for later. But anyway, this is what I was talking about. So what you say here, I believe that your relationship status with Josh and Ashley will be affected, depending on who you say you want to save. But the thing is, this doesn't really change anything. Like I don't think anyway that your relationship status with different people has any impact whatsoever on what choices, what happens. In the same way that I don't think your character traits actually, like, it's not like if Chris isn't honest enough, then he's unable to answer honestly in certain situations, or if he's not brave enough, then he's only able to take safe routes to save characters. That's not really a thing in this game. Which is that, hey, that's one area the remake could have improved upon. Will it? It hasn't so far. I somehow doubt that it will, but it could. It's free opportunity for improvement there on a table game. Are you gonna take it? Probably not. But that's what I mean is this is the only thing that is really affected by this first choice right here. And I think I'm actually gonna say save Josh, because it doesn't matter whether you, to cut to the chase, Josh dies, quote unquote, no matter what, because we may recall Josh is the mastermind behind this whole thing. So, but he doesn't actually want to harm any of his friends. He's just trying to mess with their heads. He's trying to scare them. So, because of that, he will not actually allow Ashley to die. So even if you try to save Josh, the game won't let you, and I'll explain how that happens in a minute here. But because Josh can't die no matter what, and because I don't think this actually impacts anything with Ashley, I'm going to choose to save Josh. But also because I kind of don't want Ashley to like me right now, because there's a scene that happens later in the game. I mentioned this, I alluded to this in the last episode. There's a scene later in the game where Ashley makes a choice that you don't make. You can't actually, you as Ashley are unable to make the choice I'm referring to, but how Chris acts around Ashley and what he does has a butterfly effect that affects how Ashley treats him and whether or not she looks out for his best interests, let's say. So, I know I mentioned in an earlier episode that I want to save all the characters. I think I've changed my mind. I want to try to save all the characters, but I'm willing to sacrifice Chris at the altar in order to get the scene I'm talking about, because it's a really interesting scene that I really want to talk about in this Let's Play. So, all that is to say, we're gonna save Josh. Or sorry, we're gonna say that we're saving Josh.
Chris, please. Oh, God.
But again, that doesn't change anything, because that's the choice you have to make when talking to them. But the actual choice is which direction you flip the lever, and no matter which direction you flip it, it will always go in the direction of Josh, because the lever isn't specific. It's just presenting you two pictures, one of Ashley, one of Josh, but it doesn't say flip it in the direction of the one you want to save, or flip it in the direction of the one that you want to kill, or the one that you don't want to save. It deliberately doesn't specify that on purpose. The game doesn't specify it on purpose because it doesn't want you to be able to save Josh, and Josh doesn't specify it on purpose as the one who set up this stunt in the first place. He doesn't clarify that because he also doesn't want Ashley to die, because again, he doesn't want his friends to die. He wants himself to be he wants himself to be the victim of this, because one, it removes him from the stakes of the game entirely and allows him to function as the mastermind more effectively when he doesn't have to constantly dip in and out of conversations with friends, but also because it creates visceral stakes. It ostensibly creates a loss in the group without actually killing anybody. But he can't risk Chris acts like he can't risk. I think he's pretty confident that Chris won't save him over Ashley because, you know, in his mindset, romance and all that, he's deliberately trying to craft a situation that will force Chris and Ashley closer together. One of his many motivations for doing all this, because he's an incredibly complex and layered character. But he still doesn't want to take that risk. So he's rigged the system such that no matter which way you pull the lever, it's a binary switch that will always flip the tracks specifically to go towards Josh. And there's nothing labeled on the tin so that Chris can't accidentally, like, regardless of what he chooses, it will always go the way that Josh wants it to go.
Ashley!
Blood? Whose blood is that, Ash?
Are you okay?
Chris, what happened?
Josh,
Josh, what, dude?
he said,
Wait,
not
what?
right in front of us.
We don't
What are you
need
talking about?
the strings in the soundtrack.
We gotta get out of here.
I don't understand what
He was a
happened.
maniac, and there was a saw, and it was either him or Ash, and I don't know.
Oh, God.
Come right through, man, spilling out fucking everywhere.
What? Oh, my God, Chris. What?
And I killed him.
Oh, Chris.
I killed him. It was my fault, man.
No, this is insane. We need to go get some help.
Cut right in half.
We're gonna figure this out, man.
Matt, we need to go get help now.
Em, we should look for the others.
Mike and Jess are off 69ing each other, and who knows where Sam
I
is.
think she's in the lodge.
Fine, you're right. Get everyone else together, but if there's a maniac running around, I think we need to get some help too, right? Not just wait around.
We don't need the strings! Cut them!
Why are we still
Let him
talking
break
about
all the
phone?
instruments in the orchestra. Just fucking bulldoze through the recording studio. Flatten all the instruments. We don't need them. Get rid of them. Anyway, yeah, really good scene. And tells you a lot about Chris too, because obviously what happened there was not Chris's fault. He was presented with an impossible situation. There were no correct choices that he could make there. There's no way for Chris to come, like, regardless as far as he's concerned, someone had to die. It obviously wasn't his fault, but of course he blames himself anyway because that's the kind of character he is. He holds himself accountable. He takes on that responsibility even when it's not explicitly his fault that this all happened the way that it did.
Going the way you hoped it would.
So yeah, really cool scene. And also, Emily, kind of an underrated character. Like, yeah, she's a bitch, of course. We all know this. But when it matters, when it's really serious, and when shit hits the fan, as she's immediately just able to get into the mindset of, okay, this is serious. We need to actually like think properly of what the correct course of action is. She takes the horse by the reins and takes things and leads the charge to like, okay, yeah, you're right. We need to get help. We need to get everyone together, but we also need to go radio for help so we can get off this goddamn mountain. Emily, top tier character. Jess, meanwhile, bottom tier character, which is why she's in the mines down there where she belongs. Anyway, how's it going? Isn't it going the way I expected? No, it's not. It's not going. One, it's not going fine, and two, this is not going the way I expected. Any expectations I have for this remake have been completely and utterly annihilated in all the worst ways.
And you think that these poor people are getting what they deserve?
What do you want? Who are you? Well, I know who you are. But, okay, so I seem to remember that regardless of what you pick here, he says the same thing, which is, I'm trying to help you, which makes sense as a response to what do you want. Does not make that much sense as a response to who are you, so I'm gonna answer who are you and see if it's the same.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah,
And this game you're playing, you understand that it's not good for you, it's not good for anyone.
True, these $60
I can't
remakes of
say
9-year-old games are not good for
you've been
anyone.
Very charitable in the way you play.
Jump scare coming in 3, 2, 1.
Do you intend to continue with this elaborate self-indulgence? Do you even believe that I am real?
Complicated question, because Dr. Hill is Josh's actual therapist. He does exist. And also, but not in this, like, he's not, the person we're talking to isn't a physical manifestation. It is just Josh's subconscious. But, like, it still exists, even if in a, even if only in a very abstract way, you still exist. So, yeah, you're real.
Ow. The heart of the problem, it all comes down to this. Can you really tell the difference anymore? I doubt it.
All right, that was a pretty short chapter, so we'll go a little longer. We'll play chapter 5 as well. Dread. I think a bulk of chapter 5 takes place in that old building that Mike was looking at.
Jesus.
And then I think we get a little bit of Matt and Emily right at the end.
That's really not good.
Ooh, actually, I think this might. Ooh, actually, I might have made a mistake because this chapter might be like really long. Because I'm just thinking. I think this is not only is this the chapter where Mike explores this massive building. I don't want to say the type it is, just for, even though I'm spoiling the whole game, I want to keep some surprises, I guess. We explore this. We also play as Matt and Emily, and then we have to go get help. I think that might be a shorter section because we don't actually get help in this chapter. I think it ends with the deer on the cliff scene. And then we get the big confrontation, the thing that I've been teasing the whole time, which is Sam's bathtub scene. Which sounds weird out of context, but you'll know what I mean when we get there. Okay, and the other thing is that there's like 1 million collectibles in this upcoming section, so, and I'm sure they've all moved around, so it's gonna be a whole process trying to find everything. So we're gonna check. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Found one. Ugh, I'm sick of complaining about these things, but I'm also sick of, doing them, so. Oh, hey, look, it's the bathtub scene I was literally just talking about. Now then, let's begin our journey into the mysterious building. I don't think we can get in through the front door. I think that's too. I think there's a whole thing we gotta do around the back, but I'll try to go in anyway. Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay, I remembered it being a lot more complicated than that. I thought it took way more effort to get into this place. Maybe I'm mixing it up with a later, because there's two big sections where you explore a building like this with Mike. So maybe I'm mixing it up, because I remember like having to do a whole like sliding block type puzzle thing and looping around to the basement area. I don't know. This is also never one of my favorite parts of the game, because it is just a lot of slow-paced exploration and investigating this building and finding clues and getting from one place to the other. There's nothing too particularly exciting that happens in this chapter, or sorry, in this part of the chapter. But the ending of this chapter is one of the best parts of the game, so you know they kind of make up for it. There. I hate that the game teases me with these small snippets of gameplay where it has a normal camera and then they immediately rip it away from me. Like, why do you do this to me? The Blackwood Pine Sanatorium. Okay, I guess now I can say what it is. It's a sanatorium. Opened in 1922. Mensana in Corpore Sano. I definitely pronounced that completely correctly. 100%. I almost kind of want to go back out and explore more. Like, I'm nervous that I might have missed a whole bunch of stuff out there. But oh well. Memorandum, date.
That's weird. I just forced them all out.
I like how characters, like, instantly read and understand everything that they pick up in this game at first glance. They don't need to actually, like, take time to read it. They're just one glance and they've already consumed the entire thing. January 4th, 1952, to sanatorium staff from Mr. Roosh. Rescue of miners. Be advised that the miner rescue is due to be completed tomorrow, January 5th. As the number of surviving miners is unknown, prepare all beds in Ward A. The press shall be in attendance tomorrow. We must be seen to be giving the miners the best possible care. Note that the press visitors are not to be allowed inside the psychiatric ward. Failure in this regard would reflect badly upon Mr. Bragg and the sanatorium as a whole, and shall result in the on-the-spot dismissal. Oh wait, shit, there might have been more on the other side. I always flip around documents. You'll need a nose peg. Those guys smell awful. Yeah, so not much to be found there, but still a good rule of thumb. Still a good rule of thumb to always examine both sides of any document or really just any item in general that you pick up in this game, because there's usually more than meets the eye. It's usually not just one side that has things. Also, there's an opportunity in this game for Mike to sustain serious damage, but it's also completely avoidable, so it shouldn't be too hard for us for that to not happen to us. Can we get this open, please? Thanks. Give. 30 clocking in mine cards. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of this stuff littered around the area. Which is gonna make this... Because I don't need to get all this stuff, but again, I would like to find as many things, as many clues as I can, so as to explore as much of the story as I can, for your guys' sake. But, you know, I'm probably gonna miss some stuff, but I would like to try to find as many of them as I can. This is a camera that is broken. Not much interesting to be found there. Alright, how do I get out of this room? I think through here. Ah, this goes to the morgue. There's a jump scare here, right? Yeah. Boo! Boo. Lame. L-A-M-E, lame. This section doesn't really have much to do with the whole Josh storyline, But it does, because again, remember, there's multiple mysteries that we're trying to, oh wow, look at all those traits, look at all the things. Mike has already maxed out his brave and romantic stats because of how we played last chapter of desperately trying to save Jess as quickly as possible. And of course, our relationship with Jess has skyrocketed over the threshold. But there's multiple mysteries we're trying to solve here. The mystery of the mystery man, and then the mystery of what happened in 1952 in the mines. This is mainly what the sanatorium section is meant to explore. It's to, like, most of the game is focused around the Hannah and Baker. I did it again. Hannah and Baker. That's not 13 Reasons Why. Hannah and Beth. The Hannah and Beth stuff and how that ties into Josh and all that. Whereas the other part of the game is spent, because we do spend a lot more time in the caves, in the mines, and in the sanatorium as we go to the latter half of the game. So this is kind of setting up a lot of this stuff early on with Mike, and I think they found a good place to do it, because obviously Mike doesn't really care about. I mean, he's, as we can see in his stats, we've increased his curiosity stats a little bit, but his he doesn't really care about any of this stuff. To my darling Jefferson, we have all the time in the world. Well, ain't that cute? He doesn't, like, actually care about, or at least not, he doesn't seriously care about any of this stuff, because obviously he just witnessed his girlfriend get blown down into the mines. But what he cares about is trying to find the mystery man who he thinks is responsible for what happened to Jess. So that's what he's really chasing here, is answers as to that. So he's just... So I think they did a good way, they found a good opportunity to merge those two aspects of the story together, of merging the fact that Mike is trying to figure out what happened to Jess and what's going on this mountain, and then they segue that into him exploring the sanatorium and learning about what happened in the mines in 1952. So I think they did a pretty good job of merging those two elements of the story together in a natural way without grinding the story to a halt to pivot off to some seemingly totally unrelated backstory stuff. Reporter assaulted on Blackwood Mountain. Blackwood Pines, AB. A reporter from the Alberta Bugle was assaulted and hospitalized yesterday by security personnel at the Blackwood Sanatorium. Chuck Bernstein, a senior news reporter, was seeking an interview with the miners dramatically rescued on Tuesday. The men had been trapped underground for over 3 weeks after a structural collapse at the Northwest Mine in December, and are now being treated at Blackwood Sanatorium for malnutrition and trauma. Jefferson Bragg, sole proprietor of both the Northwest Mining Company and the Blackwood Sanatorium, told the Bugle yesterday that the incident was unfortunate. Yes, it was quite an unfortunate turn of events. How unfortunate and inconvenient for us that this is all unfolded in the way that it did. And that a full internal inquiry had been launched. He also claimed that Bernstein had been trespassing on sanatorium grounds without permission. It is believed that the assault arose from an argument about Bernstein's camera, which was confiscated immediately prior to the attack. Interesting. A camera that was confiscated that might have, a camera that may possibly have seen a bit more than it should have, we think. Who knows? Alright, let's, I actually don't remember where we're trying to go. I'm just kind of searching every single... Actually, wait, is this the bad room? One of these rooms is bad. One of these rooms has the thing that the thing I warned about that has the opportunity to, like, severely harm Mike. I don't want to go, and I actually don't remember which room. Actually, wait, isn't that where we came from? Wait, hold on. Because yeah, never mind. That's where we came from, because we turned right in there to find the things, and then we looped around. Never mind. So we still don't want to go in there, but for different reasons. There's one room somewhere that leads to nothing but bad things. Also, the game is stuttering a lot as I'm walking around this place. Guess I gotta spend $1,000 on the PS5 Pro for this 9-year-old remake a remake of a 9-year-old game to run at a stable 30 FPS, my god. Medical report. Report follows. The initial state of the 12 miners after the collapse of the mine and subsequent rescue of Blackwood Pines. Admittance. On receipt of the 12 patients at the sanatorium's medical facility, we had fully expected to find emaciated shells of men, starved and confused. Thankfully, the miners appear cogent and relatively healthy, attributed to their apparent discovery of emergency food supplies in the mine. Inhibited respiratory function was detected in a few of the older men as predicted, as well as the symptoms of pneumonia. Psychologically, after being trapped for 23 days, the shock of reintegration has been difficult for some of the group. Though their outward health is better than expected, they do seem affected by their time in the mine, as one would assume. Due to the delicate nature of some of the patients, we have closed off the A wing of the sanatorium. Psychological evaluation will take place as soon as possible. The men with respiratory problems have undergone a bronchoscopy and are prescribed a course of streptomycin. The others are simply kept under strict 24-hour observation. And other side reveals, one of those guys actually tried to bite me. Interesting. Wonder why that might be the case. I'm going to report it to Dr. Bowen. Okay. I'm really dreading. There's a thing that's coming soon. There's a room, you'll, I think, well, actually maybe I won't, because in the original game, the way the camera worked is, as soon as you entered the room, the object, the dangerous object was very ominously framed, and it was like flashing warning signs at you, like, hey, don't interact with this, or else something real bad might happen. But they obviously can't do that the same way in this game, because the camera doesn't work the same way in this game.
Shit. Gross.
So, I might actually not realize that I'm in that room until it's too late, which would be unfortunate. What have we here? We have ourselves... Ah.
Holy shit. Oh. What happened here?
Looks like a certain curse might have afflicted some of the miners. Can't say for sure what exactly happened down there. I mean, I feel like at this point you can probably take a pretty good... Although I get, well, I mean, I say that, but I have to remember that I'm operating under the assumption that I already am familiar with the Wendigo aspect of this game, whereas at this point, it wasn't really clear that the Wendigos were even in this game. It wasn't, like, there's been hints, of course, but everyone, I think at this point, everyone still thinks that it is human-made conflict that's driving all the story forward. It's not until the latter half that it really gets full-on into the Wendigo stuff. So I guess at this point, people wouldn't know, really, what happened to the miners down there in the caves. Once again, every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. And that's actually one thing I think if you asked me in 2015 if I had any criticisms of this game, I think the first thing I might have said was something along the lines of that I didn't like how supernatural the game got in the second half as opposed to the more grounded first half. But that supernatural aspect is a huge part of what makes the game, because it's not just, ooh, spooky ghosts. It directly ties into the emotional conflict of Josh and his sisters, so I'm more receptive to it than I probably would have been in 2015. Because in 2015, I mean, I'm still not, I prefer when it's less supernatural and has more grounded stakes, but I'm not against the concept entirely. You can make it work, and I think this game is a chief example of how you can make it work. But I guess we'll explore that a little bit more once we actually get into the... Oh, dear God. Once we get closer to that part of the game. How many days will they keep us in here?
What could... Who? Who the hell would it...
I don't think we're in that room. Oh, ooh, spooky. Creepy. We want to befriend that dog. We definitely want to befriend that dog, because you can befriend the dog, and I think the dog can actually save your ass later in the game if you make it your friend. So we would like to try to make it our friend if we can. Reply immediately. Reporters and other snoopers to be kept away at all costs, including literally just beating the shit out of them, I guess.
Who wouldn't want press snooping around this paradise?
To Mr. J. Bragg, incident update. 12 survivors received at sanatorium showing signs of mental trauma, may need to contain. Local personnel have scent of blood becoming a problem. Please advise further. In case you didn't know, I mean, you can definitely gather that at this point some shady shit happened here, but as far as the whole people turning into Wendigos and the curse that afflicted them and everyone going nuts because of what happened in the mines, that I think is all kept pretty tightly under wraps until you actually get a taste of what's really going on with the Wendigos. All right, I'm dreading that I know it's coming soon. Is this the This is the morgue. It might have. I think it might be the morgue, actually. The morgue might be the room. Yeah, this is the room. I can already tell this is the room. This is the room where the thing is. Yeah, right there. Yeah, see, in the original game, when you walk into this room, the camera ominously frames that hand in a way that clearly communicates, hey, maybe we don't touch that. Maybe we don't. Or, if for certain types of players, it might be, ooh, shiny. Let me interact with the very obvious trap. But that's not doesn't really have the same effect here, unfortunately. So we're gonna give that a very wide berth. We're not even going to come anywhere near touching that thing.
Fucking hell.
Just gonna walk right on past it, because if you touch that, Mike loses a good chunk of his fingers. I'm pretty sure.
This just gets better and better.
And we don't wanna do that. So we'll just carry on our merry way. And I'm also, I don't remember if the. Hey, okay, so I was holding the stick, like, right, and he was moving forward. I was trying to turn Mike, and it just wasn't happening. I actually don't remember. I feel like there might be something unsavory hidden in one of these drawers, but I don't remember which one. I think there's at least one that has, like, something creepy. This looks like it's not this one. Looks like this one's safe. Emergency medical tag. Attacked by inmate and facial lacerations to the throat. Or sorry, fatal lacerations to the throat. Facial lacerations. That's an interesting sentence I just concocted there. Alright, which one of these has the scare? Alright, that's 2 in a row. It's gotta be the one on the left then. The 2 on the right were fine. So it's gotta be... Oh, this one first. I hereby certify that I attended deceased from March 8th, 1951 to February 24th, 1952, and last saw her alive on February 24th, 1952. Cause of death: severe lacerations to the abdomen, intra-abdominal injury, subsequent blood loss. If death was due to external causes, fill in also the following additional notes. Body was not discovered until 6 to 8 hours after death. Sections of the intestine and kidneys were apparently eaten by the attacker. Again, all makes sense in the context of the Wendigo twist, but at this point, I do wonder... Actually, when I first played this game, I don't know if I even found a lot of this stuff, because I was probably just focused on staying on the golden path and getting from one... Oh, no, this is the one. This is the one. Oh, this is the one. You know, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna... Yeah, no. I don't need... Nope. I don't need that. We don't need that in our lives. We're just gonna keep on moving along. We are just going to keep on moving along. Chapel security pass required.
Are you serious? Not gonna find a fucking key?
we are all Mike, and then here in this moment. Okay. Well, I'm having a memory thing. I'm starting to realize I think it might actually, the key card might be in the one I really, really desperately don't wanna. Alright, fine. I think it might be in here. Because it would be on... Yeah, something's coming out of its mouth. Yep, there it goes. There it goes! Hi, Remy. Hello. Ugh, still gives me chills. Yep, I knew it was here. I knew it was here.
Okay, let's check this out.
I knew it had to be there. Here we go. Into the chapel we go. Boop. Oh. Thought it would be a one-tap thing. It was not. Another jank door opening animation. Alright, we survived the thing I was most afraid of, which was that hand. Wait, is there a... Somewhere I think along these stairs, a wolf's gonna jump out. Is it through there that it jumps out? The wolf jumps out at me at some point on these stairs. I don't remember. Oh, no, it's right here, because there's that, yeah, the hole's right there. It's gonna be. What if I... Oh, that's how. I was gonna ask how they were gonna do that, because in the original game, they just had the, again, because the camera wasn't fixated behind Mike, they were able to keep the camera stationary, and then they were able to show the wolf come out of the hole in the wall. But in this game, they can't do that, so they just had to cut to a shot. They had to cut to a shot from behind Mike, showing the wolf coming out.
What?
Instead, which I much prefer. Like, I feel like it's more effective when the camera is static and the camera doesn't move and then something happens instead of just being like, blah, jarringly cutting to a completely different shot just so you can maintain the same. You didn't need to, the amount of concessions this game has made to try to maintain the scares from the original game, when all you had to do was just not change the camera. This is all your fault. You were the ones who created all this extra work for yourselves. You didn't need to do, and you really, really didn't need to do any of this, but you did, and now here we are. It's like there's no reason to go to all these lengths. You could have just not changed the damn camera.
Oh. Right. Back in here.
By the way, what was the butterfly effect? I think it was for not attacking the dog. Mike got to the morgue. Oh, right. Because if you interact with this thing, you have to use the machete to cut your hand free, and then you lose fingers in the process. That's why. Okay, yeah. I actually forgot about that. That is the other reason why you don't want to lose your fingers. Apart from just, you know, not wanting to lose your fingers. I feel like that's a pretty good incentive right there. This is not the way, that's the way we came in. The way we want to go is this way, into the chapel. And I don't think we've seen, I think the dog is going to come back here soon enough. I don't think we've seen the last of that dog for now. Now, here's the scary part. There's a thing later on with the dog that we need to, I think, right here. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't strike it.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of right there. It's funny. The second I brought it up was the second that it became relevant. There was I couldn't remember. I knew there was a QuickTime event that it involved the dog that I was pretty. You either needed to interact with it or not, but I couldn't remember which was the right way to go. I mean, I was pretty sure that you had to not do it because I think if you QTE it, then he strikes the dog, and then that loses the opportunity to befriend it. So yeah, Mike didn't kick the wolf. There's the thing I was talking about befriending the wolf. Okay, we're good. That was what I was worried about. I wasn't entirely certain whether you needed to not QTE the dog. Oh shit, no. Back away, hold on, back away. I know.
Easy, boy.
Don't approach him. There's something I want to do first. There's something I want to do. I want to find, there's something in this room.
That's a good boy. That's right.
Somewhere, I'm pretty sure I remember there being a box of bones somewhere. And if you get a bone from the thing, you can give it to the dog, and then the dog will be your friend. And if we want the dog to be our friend, I just don't remember, or wait, is this the box? I don't think so. That's a door. Oh, maybe up there? That might be it. That might be the box. Right here. Let's see. Does this give me our bones? Give me a bone. Bone? Come on, throw me a bone here. Aha! Bone. Because the game showed us earlier. It showed us the mystery man throwing the bones for the dogs, and then it kept them happy. So now we're going to do the exact same thing. I think you might actually be able to, I think even if you kick the dog, you might still be able to make amends with said dog if you give him the bone, but I didn't want to take that chance. Okay, approach him again. Yeah. Don't be scared. We can approach him. We have a bone. We have the bone. Give bone. Give bone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Lighting freaked out a little bit there.
Easy. That's a good boy. That's right.
Dog is now our friend. That's all. That might be, I think that's the most important thing to come out of this chapter. That and the fact that Mike has a machete. Mike needs to hold on to that machete for future chapters.
So, he's a smoker.
Lots and lots of cigars all around camp. And then there's another, I passed by over here in this little mini office area. There's a whole wall of things to look at.
Fucking freak.
Again, I don't want to fully examine everything, so leave some things for you guys to discover on your own if you decide to play the game. But for now, we'll leave that one. I want to read some of them just to get a little more context for the story so I can talk about it, but I like to leave some other things. I think we need to shoot that off. So I gotta find myself. Oh wait, there's a thing. There's a gun somewhere. Like there's a brick I think I need to pull to like offset the to make the table lopsided and slide it towards me through the hole in the fence.
What have we here?
Yeah, we have to pull out the block that's supporting the table, and that slides the gun towards us. Let's go ahead and... Nah. You're not Elastigirl, Mike. Come on. Thanks for the gun. Mine now. I'll be taking that. And I think that's all we can explore here, so let's get out. Let's be on our merry way. I actually don't remember how this ends. I think there might be an action sequence coming up with Mike. Not 100% sure on that, but we're gonna need to be ready just in case. That looks brighter than I would have expected it to be. Which way are we going now? We are going... I'm pretty sure this takes us... Yeah, it takes us downstairs. This I remember. This I pretty clearly remember there being something else hidden behind the staircase. Yep, right over here. Is it a totem? No, it's... Oh, right, the photo. The rescue photo, I think. The Miracle Men. The successful rescue of all 12 miners trapped in the disaster of January 5th, 1952. And I think that's it for Mike, because I'm pretty sure once we go downstairs, we have one... I don't remember exactly how it ends, but there's one final sequence with him, and then we're free. That actually wasn't as bad as I remember me. I remember not really liking this part of the game that much, I mentioned earlier. But that was fine. That did not take... I guess maybe just because I got lost a lot as a kid. It took longer than it should have, but that did not take very long at all. That was perfectly fine section. And again, very, very narratively justified to put that sanatorium section where it is in the context of the rest of the game. Now, where am I going? Down there. That's the exit. I'm waiting for the Wendigo to start attacking me. Or something. Something funky happens here, I think.
Of course, locked.
More bullets wasted. Why not? Oh, right, this. Never mind. Okay, I think it just ends with an explosion. Like, the flammable liquid explodes, and then it cuts to Matt and Emily. Yeah, run, Mike, run, run. What do you do? Run, run, Mike, you... Yeah, thanks. And then that's it for Mike's section. We don't deal with Wendigos until the later part of the game. I mean, now he's just being a troll. Now Josh is simply being a troll. Alright, now we gotta get to the deer scene.
Can't believe how he died.
No, I mean, what if they were wrong?
What?
Maybe we should have checked the shed to see if it was really true.
You really should have.
There are some things that once you see them, you can never...
That honestly should have been, like,
Yeah, I guess, but
the correct course of
you
action.
have to see for yourself.
I'll take them.
Because, of course, if they actually investigated the shed, then they would have immediately discovered... Hold on, there's clues here. There's at least one clue buried in the snow somewhere. If they had they actually investigated the shed, they would have immediately discovered, oh, that's a fake body, and there's a hole conspicuously cut out where someone's head might go if they were trying to pretend like they got themselves sawed in half. But I think Matt's justification, like, I think it makes sense that Emily would be the one to think of the idea of, like, hey, because, like, Chris and Ashley, of course, would just want to get out of there as fast as possible. They would never want to go back. Emily, being the intelligent, resourceful one, would obviously be the one who wants to, like, hey, maybe we should actually investigate the scene to figure out what's going on here. Where the fuck is the hall? This is such a stupid, pointless minigame. I hate this part. I cannot tell you how much I loathe this part of it. There's no reason. This is just change for the sake of change. There's no reason at all to make this so needlessly convoluted. Why did that... And there was also no reason for that to fade to black for as long as it did. That was weird. But yeah, Emily would be the one. She's the one who has the clearest head on her shoulders as far as her capabilities and competence is concerned. So of course, her rational, level-headed thinking would be, oh, okay, you say this happened? Well, let's go check the shed to like investigate and see for ourselves whether it really happened or not. And then Matt, you know, doesn't have much character to go on, but what little he has as far as, you know, being super chill, trying to keep the peace and be nice to as many people as possible. That's what's really annoying about Matt, is that, like, he's so chill, he's so nice, but a lot of people will, like, take advantage of, like Emily did in the beginning of the game with the whole, hey, can you carry my bags the rest of the way? I'm gonna go find Sam. Proceeds to not find Sam and snuggle up with Mike instead. Characters will often take advantage of Matt's kindness, which is an element of his character that really doesn't get explored, much like the rest of him. But because that is part of his personality, I can believe he would be tame enough to be like, no, I don't want to see that for myself. Let's just focus on trying to get help. So I think everyone's character is in line for what choices they make here, and to explain why they don't investigate the shed when, if they did, of course it would be, like, they would immediately realize, oh, this is all a scam.
Wow, this is locked, Matt. We'll break the door down, will ya?
Whoa, wait a second.
Wait, did that actually count as a clue? I might have messed up there. Oh, no, I got it, okay. Sometimes you have to, like, sometimes the axe, I think if you just grab the axe, it doesn't count as a clue, so you need to interact with it a bit more quite carefully. So... thankfully, it did count.
He's gonna hear us.
Well, you got any better suggestions?
I don't know. About... Look,
What?
a window.
That's great, Matt. I can just about fit my lip balm through that little slot.
Oh, come on.
You will never fit through there, big guy.
I won't fit, but you will.
Are you nuts? You're gonna shove my ass through that little hole?
I've seen you slip into some pretty tight jeans, Em.
Excuse me?
It's a talent.
Fine, let's do it.
Camera jitter there for a second.
Alright. Here goes. Damn it. On. Oh my god. It's pitch black. I do not like this.
I'm right
It's
here.
very
Em.
clearly not pitch black.
I can't see anything. There's so much crap in here I keep bumping into.
It's okay. Can you find the latch? Anything.
But, like, I can see in there just, what do you mean? There's literally a light on. What do you mean?
Careful.
Well, it's hard to be careful when it's freaking pitch black, you dip.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
just trying.
so, about the whole dip comment, do you see that thing up there that's, like, emitting light? You see that thing through the window that's like, that would sort of run contrary to the idea that it's pitch black?
Good job, Em. You rock.
You're okay, too. That was good. You did good.
A++ would buy again.
Man, these two need, oh, wow, that, interesting.
Damn.
What happened?
This is crazy.
We were here just a few hours ago. This must have just happened.
What the fuck is going on?
It's got to be the guy, though. The one who got to Chris and Ash and Josh.
He's gotta know this is the only way back.
Wait, don't say that.
Look, the cable car's all the way out there.
Well, I mean, that's not far, right? You can jump it?
I'm good, Em. But not that good. Flattered, though.
Well, Matt, if you can't jump that, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
God, everything is like so busted up.
These two, I wish these two got more screen time
Exactly what they were doing.
instead of Mike and Jess. And I will say, I like that the remake actually did give them more time. Like, it was just that, I mean, they didn't do anything new, mind you. They didn't fucking create a new scene for Matt and Emily. They would never put that much work into it. But they did at least incorporate the scene that was originally only a pre-order bonus between Matt and Em into the main campaign, which you know, that is nice. That is good that they did that. But I wish that they deserve more. They deserve more time.
Okay, there's gotta be something we can do.
Great. No keys, no cable car. So, back to square one.
Matt, we need another plan. We can't just sit around and do nothing.
Fortunately, there's a fire tower.
Hey, look! Fire tower.
Huh. Maybe that old fire tower will have like a radio or a phone or something.
It might.
Well, it's not like we have any other options.
Probably, yeah.
Matt, we gotta get to that radio.
Okay. So here's what's really annoying about the original game. It makes complete, in every possible way, it makes complete logical sense for them to go to the radio, to get them to go to the fire tower and get the radio. Like, obviously, what else are you going to do? You want to get bunkered down and to wait for them to pick you off one by one? No, you need to go radio help to get you off this mountain. The cable car isn't where you need help to get off the goddamn mountain. So, like, by any reasonable metric, the logical thing to do is to go to that tower. So Matt should agree with Emily here. I don't know why he wouldn't do that. The problem is that if you agree to go get if you agree with Emily's plan and you're like, yeah, that's a really smart idea, Emily, let's go do this, then it kills Matt. Which is really stupid because it's not even a direct cause and effect. It's a really backwards extrapolated 3 degrees removed type of cause and effect that leads to him getting killed. And I mean, you can still save him if you agree to go with Emily, but it also means you have to abandon Emily, and that doesn't really, 1, fit Matt's character, 2, doesn't really bode well for the relationship, so we don't want to do that. So we have to, but it really sucks. I don't want to disagree, but we have to in order to keep Matt alive.
I mean, that could work, but I kind of think that maybe we should get back to the lodge for now. I mean, everyone's been split up for so long.
Wait, for real? What is it with you and going back to the lodge? You just want to hide out in your room and cry.
What? No.
Don't be a pussy. We gotta do this, Matt.
Fine. Fine. Whatever you say.
Again, she's completely correct, but it's just, I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the, but it'll probably be next episode? Probably. I think next episode.
Hold up.
As a cute try, would you like me to lend a hand?
What's cooking? Good looking?
Getting us out of here, Mr. Meat for Brains. Look at this bad boy. You're coming with me, buddy. And just like magic, come on down. We can totally get out here this way.
And by the way, I should say, like, there are, I wouldn't say it's like inherently a bad thing to have it be like, you made this choice early in the game, and then because of this series of events, this impacted something that happened later through circumstances you couldn't have possibly foreseen. Or that you couldn't have realistically foreseen, I suppose. There are instances of that are done well. But what, like, the chain of events that leads to Matt getting killed because of his decision to say, hey, it's a good, like, by making the correct decision. It is the correct decision to want to go to the fire tower. It's just...
Holy moly, thank God that's over.
You know, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Because I can't explain why it's so dumb. Oh wait, hold on. Is there anywhere else I can go here, or am I stuck here? Yeah, I think this might be the only. I think this is the only way. Always gotta be on the lookout for collectibles, like possibly something. Aha! Totem. Oh, good. My favorite. Time to do this again. Yep. Little thing right there. I don't need to find these, right? Because, like, I already know what choices I need to make and what choices I want to make. But still. Call it the completionist in me. I want to search for collectibles.
What?
The radio.
It'll work.
But okay, if it doesn't, we need a plan.
Look at her fucking legs. Look at that walking animation.
Yeah,
What the...
The mountain.
Are you serious?
It looks more normal now.
It's not like...
But when she was climbing up a second ago, it looked
It might
real
as well be.
jank.
It's pitch black out.
Hey, hopefully we won't have to.
You think the psychopath is just gonna give up and run away?
No. But maybe we should find a safe spot. Hole up, wait it out. It'll be a lot easier to figure this all out in the morning.
As long as we don't hide in the lodge, that's where he expects us to go.
And that's the other kind of annoying thing, is that immediately after you make that choice, Emily is the one who's like, what if it doesn't work? What if this is a bad idea? And Matt's like, no, it'll work. It'll work.
There's another option. The sanatorium we saw on the map.
And I think that place is pretty abandoned.
They wouldn't have built a place like that on a mountain without some emergency contact to the outside world.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right, but I have no desire to go spooking around in that place. Let's put it in the maybe column.
And like that, it's like, Matt agrees to go with Emily no matter what. He just begrudgingly agrees. But we have to put a pin in it for now. You'll see what I mean later. Anyway, recognize this? This is the shack that Hannah and Beth ran through in the prologue. And that out there, that we're gonna head to in a second because we're really smart, is the cliff that they fell off. Which means inside this shack, you may remember that Beth's phone slipped out of her pocket while she was slipping sliding all over the place. And it's still here, 1 year later.
Whoa, this is Beth's phone.
I thought the police, like, swept the whole area.
Well, it looks like they missed this.
Alright, now, let's go. It's time for the deer. It is time for that infamous deer scene that we keep the totems and myself have kept alluding to the whole game. Yeah, like, why do you even just walk right to the edge? Why? What if we, can you fucking move, please? I'm turning right, can I get, game? Can I move? Or, I swear to you, I was holding forward and left, and he just wasn't. That's fine.
Step around here.
Like, why did you even get this close to the...
Choice? I'd prefer not to spend my evening plummeting to my death off a snowy clifftop.
Then why did you both walk all the way out? Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you have to walk to this point to trigger all the... By the way, they all just spawned. They were not there. They were not there. They were not. Literally just spawn out of nowhere. Oh my god, fuck off. No, come on. We were doing so well! We were doing so well! We went like 2 full episodes without vapid pop junk blasting in my... We didn't need a musical sting in the original game. We didn't need it. Just showing him eerily staring at Sam was enough. We don't need...
Hello?
There was music in the original, but it was more tonally appropriate.
Yes.
it simultaneously felt relaxing and also ominous. It wasn't just do vapid pop junk, kill me now, please take me out back and shoot me.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, now it's time. It's time for us to, I don't think there's any clues we can find here. I'm pretty sure all the clues we can find here have already been found.
Pete's sakes, my clothes, really? Whichever one of you did this is off my Christmas list. Seriously, not cool, guys. Not cool at all.
That being said, if I don't keep Sam alive here, then that blocks me off from being able to access a lot of really, really important clues. And so I definitely want to keep, I mean, I remember how to keep her alive. It's a pretty simple series of events that, I'm pretty sure the strat is just, like, always run, never hide, until the very end. You always run until the very end when you have to hide, or else he's gonna get you because he's gonna cut you off.
Stupid clock.
That being said, if you do choose to hide at one point, you can still save yourself if you kept the bat alive. I'll try to point that out when we get to it. But generally, the path of least resistance is run, always run.
Very funny, haha. Look at Sam walking around in a towel, but now I just really want this to be over, all right? You had enough?
Yeah, so I'm not worried about making the wrong choices. What I'm worried about is the final don't move section, because it feels like the game vibrates the controller so that you can't just put the controller down on a table and completely cheese.
Am I supposed to hang out? Okay, if you were trying to freak me out, guess what? You succeeded.
Well, the only thing you managed to do is confuse me because you just cut off your last line in the middle of that new line. But in the original game, they made it so that you couldn't just cheese the system by just putting the controller down on a table because of the vibrations. But this game, I feel like, vibrates the controller way, way more than it did in the original. Actually, can I turn that off? Is there a way to turn off vibration in the controls? There is. Okay. I might turn it off because I feel like it's less about can you keep the controller still and can you fight against the vibration that's automatically moving the controller. So I think I might disable vibration. I normally like to play with it on, but I want to turn it off just for this one section because I don't, frankly, I don't trust this game. When I was doing the don't move sections earlier, it felt really, I felt like it was, like I said, it was less about actually keeping the controller still and more about trying to counterattack the game's movement of the controller with the vibrations.
Hey, guys, come on. Oh, I'm done with this. I really don't appreciate the silent treatment here.
Hello, Samantha. Looking for me?
His voice sounds more muted than it did in the original.
Looking for me? I don't think you'll have much luck by looking, Samantha. Looking for me? I don't think you'll have much luck by looking, Samantha. You're only going to see what I want you to see. And I have quite a lot to show
What
you.
is going on?
Open your eyes.
Oh my God.
She's quite beautiful, isn't she?
What are you doing out there?
By the way, I feel like this goes beyond the pale of just like trying to freak out your friends in a spooky horror scenario. This is like spying on someone in a very private moment of their, like this is like way beyond the scope of like spooky horror prank kind of thing.
Josh!
How does it make you feel?
Oh my God, what did you do?
I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 9,
No,
8,
no.
7.
Please, no.
Okay, this one, throw the vase, just to buy us a little bit. I think you're fine if you run. but I feel better throwing the vase anyway. And again, always run, never hide. Always run, never hide. Also, fuck this music.
Shit.
Sincerely, fuck this goddamn soundtrack. What game do you think we're fucking playing? I legitimately think it makes the scene, like, less tense to hear this music. Okay, so, you can hide here if you kept the baseball bat out like we did, but there's no reason to when you can just skip it entirely and run. Here, we don't, the option isn't run, the option is, like, to force the door or pull it. We need to pull it because it buys us a little bit of time by creating an obstacle, and also, miraculously, the doorknob was on top of the thing the whole time, apparently. So we grab that. And we open the door. And then we close it. Not out of the woods yet, though, because again, there's one more choice that we have to make with Sam. And by the way, I'm doing this, I'm pretty chill right now, because again, I'm pretty familiar with this game. But on the first playthrough, for a first-time player, this is an incredibly stressful part of the game, because you can very easily screw up here. And like, this is the first time when the Psycho was actually in the same room as one of the main characters. So, very high stakes, very, very panic-inducing, very, very good part of the game. Alright. This is where we hide.
Oh, fuck.
And this is where I can actually hold the controller as still as possible.
Well,
We did it.
Certainly didn't go according to plan. Now, did it?
Well, according to my plan. I don't know about Josh's
Careful,
plan.
Brilliant plotting, and yet in a crucial moment you are foiled by your own inadequacies. I told you, everything you do has consequences. Do you think this mistake won't have repercussions? What you do and what you say causes things to change. Yes, all the good work we did exploring the source of your fear. And you've just gone and used it for ill. Your overwhelming fear of isolation. You have turned it against these people who you so desperately want to torment. Has it been worth it?
In case you didn't get the hint. Or the many hints, I should say. As to what the point of those therapy sessions are. Oh, great. Now we get to now it's time for the deer section. Alright, we're gonna leave things there for now. And also, we're going to go ahead. Actually, I'm just gonna leave vibration. Well, yeah, I'm gonna leave it off. Because I do like playing with vibration, but it's not worth it for those don't move. The don't move sections are just not. They're more annoying. Like, the point, it's not supposed to be, can you aren't supposed to move the controller. Obviously. That's the point of it literally says don't move. But when the game is actively vibrating the controller, it's like going out of it's moving it for you. Which I get why it's there. It's to prevent players from just setting the controller down and calling it a, because the controller will vibrate itself off the table sometimes if you do that. But like, even for players who aren't trying to cheese it and are trying to engage with the game earnestly, it just makes it unnecessarily harder, because you can be perfectly still and never move, and that actually makes it worse for you, because if you don't move, the controller moves it by itself and moves it for you, so you have to move to keep it in balance. It's really dumb. Anyway, yeah, No surprises. It's all the same stuff that has annoyed me for the rest of the game up until this point. We got a pop song today. Haven't had one of those in a while. I guess all luck runs out at some point. Yep, next time we'll do Chapter 6. I don't know if we'll have time to do Chapter 7 as well. We got lucky today, being able to do more than one chapter in the video. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more of the Until Dawn remake. Goodbye.